Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome your lovely faces back to some more 2 Point Hospital. Today in episode 5, we're onto a brand new hospital up here in the town of Flottering, I believe we're up in this place is called, or it's not quite that, Flottering, but close enough. So we're onto our third hospital in the region now, but I mean there is still ongoing issues at previous hospitals, so we're going to jump around hospitals today, but primarily go ahead and get this new one built. Again, based on our last one from Lower Bullocks, it's now over capacity, hence why we will come back to it later on, but we really learnt a lot from this hospital, I feel. This hospital went really well with one regard, but then it's, again, I've learned quite a few lessons from this hospital as well. Really just about grouping stuff and placing rooms in certain areas. I really should have all my doctors' rooms, you know, at the front of the hospital. That makes logical sense because not everybody needs to go to the next stages. And that is something which, that's one of the real focuses we're going for at the start of our new hospital up here in Flottering. So it's not exactly got a as fancy name anyway as Lower Bullocks, but it will do the job. Okay, so right now I've not done much. We have really not done much at all. I've got one GP's office and then I've also got a just desk right now. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pause the game because of the fact that we need to do quite a bit of building here. As I said, like, room placement really matters in this hospital, and I know we're about to unlock a lot of new stuff in this hospital, so there is quite a few additional plots of lands. We've got plot 3 and plots 5, which are off to the side here. Then we've got these buildings. I don't know if we buy the buildings over or if we demolish them, but we'll probably find out at a later stage. Based on the fact they're cheaper, I'm going to go for we keep those buildings, so they might be super useful for wards, for example. Again, it will probably outsource that and keep a lot of the just day-to-day stuff, I feel, in the main hospital, and then we'll just go from there, you know? Obviously, money is now actually going to be a lot more of an issue, and we do need to be more aware of that. Previously, I've been free spending, but now it's a little bit different, unfortunately. There's also been one or two updates which have been super useful as well. You can now go ahead and copy and paste rooms as well, which is quite exciting. So we will be able to do that. I'm not 100% sure how you actually copy and paste the room, to be fair, but in saying that, so we can't really copy this first one anyway, because it would be, I guess, wrong way. The door would be in the wrong place, so it doesn't work out in my favour at this current stage, but I will look that up. But anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves a second doctor's office in here. Now, one thing I must say is that I also unlocked a new item with my kudosh. Kudosh is, you sort of gain it for just completing challenges. As you can see down in the bottom right hand corner here, we've got 600 kudosh all in all, so not a bad amount. But with that, I've gone ahead and got weighing scales, because I think that's something which is in a doctor's room a lot. I did contemplate some of the other items, and there is quite a lot of useful stuff in here. However, I decided to just go for the weighing scales. A lot of the other stuff is not necessary by any means, but there's a lot of stuff I really do want to unlock, and I really want to start focusing a bit more on just the like customization side of things. I think it would be really useful, and it would make our hospital just a little bit more detailed, which very much I enjoy doing. Okay, so that is that room now built, which is great. One thing that I'm definitely really I'm not going to cut out of videos anymore, but if it's a lot of repetitiveness, I'm going to get rid of it, or I am going to go ahead. That's maybe a bad case, because I won't do that a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of some more of the repetitiveness in the future. Okay, so with that done now, we can go ahead and start to build other rooms. Now, currently this person needs a ward ASAP, so I'm going to have to build a ward ASAP, which is fine. It will likely move, to be honest. But these side wings, I feel they support wards, or I think they'll, you know, just the wards are tucked away nicely, you know. It will work out really beneficially for me in my favour. So again, we've built multiple wards now. Wards are pretty simple layout. It's just really how much stuff, I guess, can you get in, which usually I feel we can get quite a lot in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to we'll go with 2 screens. I feel 2 screens is always so much easier. And then from there, Again, we can also get like stuff like weighing scales in here, because that's very much an item you would use in a ward, to be fair, anyway. And then what I need to do, I'm not going to build the bins first. That's a mistake I've been making, and it's just not one that I really want to continue to do. Also add in some hand sanitizer there, which is perfect. Again, making it just a bit more natural, you know, you get hand sanitizer every time you go into a ward. Let's go ahead and get that in there, get a plant in there. A good old poster, for good's sake. We'll deal with that later actually. Now it's just for the beds and all of that. So we've already filled up half the room, but it does mean now that I'm not, you know, rushing to fit items in, which is good. What we're going to do is we're going to get 5 beds in this ward. It is a very small and it is a very cramped ward, as you can see. But what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to roll with it. So we're going to go ahead and put some lockers in. Don't really think I'm going to get much else in, to be honest. We might get another... Nope, doesn't look like we're going to get another one in here at all, but that's fine, honestly, that is fine. Bedside tables, this is going to happen? Not really either. Again, I don't think this matters too much, to be honest, which is fine. So with that done, we are good to go. I would like to add in a nice wall monitoring unit, if you will. Again, I thought you could put that besides desks, actually, but maybe not, but it is what it is, so let's go ahead and build that. So that is now a ward, which is good. We also need to hire lots of staff. I'm not playing the game right now for that reason, really. We're just going really on an initial basis. But that's a nice small ward. This will probably be the only one in this actual hospital. And again, when we expand out. I think that's one of the first things we'll do. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to leave certain spaces open for certain things, you know, so I think that'd be a good idea. I would like, for example, more GP's offices right now, but on the flip side, I don't really think it's the best time to build them, so I'm going to leave gaps for them. I don't think this game has planning tools, but it would be a super useful thing, I think, to have in with this. Right, what else are we going to need? Quite evidently, a pharmacy. I'm going to leave a gap of 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, so this room's going to start here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this room along here. I'm just basically leaving room for another GP's office. Let's get the drug mixer in here, and I think that's pretty much it for this room. These rooms are very, very simple and easy going. Again, we'll just get all of the stuff we usually get in here. And then from there as well, it just really helps the prestige of the whole hospital, you know, and the more items we unlock, the better, you know, which is good. Right, so let's build that there. So that's our pharmacy. And with that right now, I think that's meeting all of our needs of people. So what we need to do is actually just get more people in here, and for that, we need a lot more staff. So let's get this super nurse in. Jesus, this is very, very... He's a chief nurse, I guess you could say, because we've got like student nurse here, and then you've got chief nurse here, which is... makes sense, you know, considering all of these traits. So ward management is good, motivation is good, treatment is good, and then his pharmacy management is good as well. So he's going to be free roaming, but I think that should make a really, really good difference. With that done as well, we are going to go ahead, and I need to build a staff room quite quickly actually. That is something that I will need to do. With regards to assistants, I will get a second assistant in quite quickly here, just because again it's useful to have more staff than you require. We'll get another nurse in here as well. We'll just take in Lily, I think. Employment reference is nasty, which is interesting. High energy, short temper, paper, airplane, okay, interesting. I mean, again, it's what would you prefer, bedside manner or diagnostics? And I think diagnostics would be a bit more useful. Maybe not necessarily for a nurse, but a nurse can, you know, point out to the doctor and if something's wrong. So yeah, it really all depends how you think about this stuff. And then we're going to need more doctors. We're going to need at least 3 doctors. We'll start with 2 though, but we'll hire another one quite quickly. And then a janitor. Janitor is of course what we need, so we'll bring in you. But again, there wasn't a lot of people there. There really wasn't. Right, okay, so we're already at level 3 as well, which is good. So what I'm now going to do is start to play the simulation. which is pretty chill, and then all of a sudden the hospital is quite busy, but this is a good thing, and we can go ahead and start to work on this really. We're going to need toilets near the front, to be fair, so that's what I will do, yeah, along here. So 1, 2, 3, toilets are going to be quite large, so they're going to come right along here like so, which is good. Then we can have toilets. We could possibly have 2 doors to the toilets, to be fair. Not that we need 2 doors, but well, let's go ahead and just get lots of cubicles along here like so. Then what I want to do is get a few, maybe just 2 hand dryers in, to be fair. One in there and one in there. Then with that, let's go ahead and throw a few sinks down. Perfect spacing here. I think we might add another door, actually. I think that'd be a good idea. Can I add another door? Doors, I find that quite amusing, actually. Doors are considered useful for entering and sometimes leaving rooms. I mean, I suppose the end part of that sentence isn't funny, but it's just the sarcasticness of the comment, you know? It's so useful, that comment, you know? I would never have thought that myself. That's quite amusing. Anyway, it doesn't look like I can get a second door in here, which is fine. So what we're going to do anyway is we're going to get an AC unit and probably not get a plant in here. We never seem to be able to. Oh, but we are there, which is good. And then from there, feel hand sanitizer's a bit redundant in a room like this, to be fair. So I don't think it will quite be required. But we can get a fire extinguisher in. And to be honest, that's pretty much all we need. Maybe get a bin in here if we can. Again, it's always tight for rooms, so what we'll do is we'll just put one right in the middle here, which is fine, and then yes, we're good to go. So that is the bathroom built. Again, something which is really ideal to have at the front of the hospital. And then from here, I'm just going to build a staff room. That's one of the next rooms I do want to go ahead and build. And then, really, it just depends on how our patients are diagnosed to start with. That's how things will go. What we're going to do is we're going to have a relatively larger staff room than some of the previous ones I have built. Or, tell you what, maybe not actually, maybe we won't do that just because I want to get another 3x3 room in here and I need to leave access to this door. Which, I've also actually got a plan for that now, so I think I can make things a tiny bit better in the ward, but that's something we'll come back to later. But again, what we want is just seating areas for our staff. Get a TV in here because who doesn't love a good old TV? Like so. Then we don't necessarily need food vending machines in here. I was watching someone else's Let's Play. They're just around the hospital in general, so staff can quite easily bring that stuff in with them. Stuff like maybe a darts board would be pretty cool, but it's a lot of kudosh. But something like a coffee table. Let's bring in a coffee table, you know? I think that would be super useful. And then, yeah, just the general stuff, I guess. We can fill out this room. Have I given this room a door? No, I've not. Let's put the door in there. Again, lockers I think would be pretty ideal as well to have in here. So let's get maybe 3 lockers or something. And then with that, just the usual, I guess. Fire extinguisher in case there is a big bad fire. And a good old plant, and that should do for environment, though again I don't have room to put this in, but it's all good, it's fine. And then a good old poster just for the fun of it. Hand sanitizer too, that's a big thing actually. There we go, perfect. Right, so that is that room underway. So we've just received our training license, which is good. So great news, the 2 Point Health Ministry has granted us a training license. This will allow us to train staff in all our hospitals. Building a training room allows you to run a training course. Staff with a free training slot can go on a course and learn new qualifications. That's absolutely perfect. That is really what I'm wanting. So this is a new thing, clowns, and with this is why we're going to get, in this hospital anyway, quite a lot of new rooms. For example, we've got the deluxe clinic, we've got the pan one, we've got quite a few rooms just based on certain, like, diseases, if that's how you call them. Like, what is it called? Not diseases, but problems. Yeah, again, maybe that's not the right word, but anyway, so we've got a new one here, clowns. So the bottom line is the Orb Foundation have painted a relay. I'm just skipping through that. There's not overly too much, so the real thing is they're everywhere. Apparently they keep escaping from the travelling circus. Their hijinks can be a real nuisance. We'll need some new equipment to deal with them. So again, that comes within your room. So as we can see here, again, I think I need to slow things down because we are... What's up with you? Further diagnosis required. But again, I'm getting to the stage where I am building the rooms, but just slowly, not that quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a general diagnosis room, and that's going to go down over here. Again, going to be this 3x3 room. Then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to extend this ward right round here, and then I'm going to move the reception desk like over to this corner here. I think that would be quite a good idea. So what we're going to do is get this room set up. Again, this room is... I don't feel it's used too much across the other two hospitals. But again, it looks like a patient needs it right now, so I guess we better get it up and running, which is a good idea. And then once we have got this in again, we might want to hire another doctor as well, because again, as more time goes on, you know, things are getting just a bit more strenuous. With regards to nurses, we've got a good nurse here, so welcome Amber to the team. Is this a... Yeah, okay, you've got a nurse now assigned, that's fine, which is good. With regards to doctors, I'm going to bring in a third doctor, as I said I did want to. And we're going to bring in Niall, who has got good treatment and bedside manner. Not that bedside manner matters too much, but I think treatment is really useful to have, so we'll bring you in. What's up with you? Psychiatry required. Okay, again, we are getting there slowly but surely. So with that side done, I mean, this hospital is filling up really fast, as you can tell. What we're going to do is we're going to get another room in here, which I think we'll do like this. Now, I realise I've left quite a large corridor here. There's a reason for that, and you'll see shortly once we get stuff done. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically have, I guess, 4 more 3x3 rooms over here, and then we'll just have to start by building out the way. So what we're going to do is we can have the door in there, which is fine. And then we're just going to kit out this room. Again, it would be super ideal to have lots of these rooms, you know, but as time goes on, we will go ahead and get to that stage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have these chairs at angles. I've been watching a bit of Sherlock recently, and Sherlock it's like a British crime show, but there's quite a lot of, you know, going to psychiatrists and stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of drama, not any spoilers by any means, but there's a few scenes in recent episodes I've watched, and I very much, you know, it's to make the room just a lot more, I don't know, peaceful, if you will. You know, it's quite relaxed environment, which I guess is why it is set up like that. But again, I think that looks quite nice, and again, though, we are going to need a... I don't want to move that. Do we need a doctor for here? Oh, a doctor with psychiatry required. That's interesting, and we're not going to get a new applicant for a while, so that could be problematic. What we'll do is we'll start to run the simulation again. I don't know, I'm surely some other doctor can just fill in for the time being. But again, it's going to be a difficult one, so... Also, the ward's quite busy right now. We've got 3 people in, and it looks like someone else is checking in, so... That is an interesting one. I can tell this hospital is going to be super busy, like extremely busy. And we've got our first clown in the building as well, which isn't good. What I do need to do, again, is pause the game. I just need to add in some more seating. Again, I'm rushing around doing so much, but we just need to get a few basic items in here, so... Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll add a lot more in later. I'm just going to go ahead and get some basics in right now, to be honest. So I can just get a place for some people to sit down if they want to sit down, you know? I think it's a good idea to do so. Let's also get a drinks machine in here as well. A bit of food. And honestly, that's going to do for now. I just need a few items down, you know? to make things a little bit easier for people who are waiting around. And with that said, let's continue on. Let's also get, I think if we've got, there's a training room, that's not going to go in here. A deluxe clinic can come in here, that's fine. So we can get that in here. This massive machine. We'll get that up against the wall there. We'll get the controls over in the corner. And then let's just fill out the rest of the room. I'm not at all sure what else we are going to get in this hospital then, because with this room, as we can see, the clown is storming around and just not being patient, which is not good at all. We also have people just wandering around freely right now, which isn't great. But one big thing is, I don't know what other room. We can get cardiology in here, but I don't think we're going to get a PANS lab, because PANS lab requires a minimum of 4x4. So I mean, to be fair, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can get this in, to be fair. It's just going to be a narrow corridor, you know? But we can also even extend that room, so that's not a problem. Let's have that door there. Yeah, let's have this. This will work. It's just going to change my layout of things slightly. So we'll put that there, for example. I'm not really at all sure. I think it is supposed to face that way, with the controls on this side, but again, I'm not 100% sure. And let's go ahead and kit this out. Now, I don't know how big a training room needs to be. I probably need to check on that, actually. That's something which could be quite influential based on where the room actually goes. But also, I've spent a lot of money right now, as you can see, and I'm not really getting much return as of yet. So we might need to wait to, you know, just generate a bit of money, or, you know, have a lot more people come through the doors. Or we can take out a loan. That's maybe a not bad shout either, to be honest. But things are getting busy, and it's just really just about adding in, I guess, more revenue streams, which, you know, like a newsagents, I think would be a good idea at this current moment. But that is why we have got the wide corridor, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to do stuff like that. So what we're going to do, for example, let's do it there, for example. Let's have a newsagents. Perfect. Just behind the reception desk. I don't think that is truly symmetrical. It might be, to be fair. I'm just trying to make everything, you know, line up with the front door. I think that is a good idea. Then again, in the middle of the corridor here, we can have quite a few different things, but that will all be added in due course. I probably need some bins down quite quickly now, I'm realizing, actually, because if people have got trash, I don't want to give my janitor any more work than currently necessary. Anyway, we've got lots and lots of mail to go through. Barber Quartet. Yeah, sure. Yep. Why not? Let's go for that. I mean, that's over 180 days, but might as well give it a go. Senior Assistant. Yeah, let's accept that challenge as well. I'm liking all these challenges. It gives us something more to work towards than just building rooms, because this game, especially at the start, it's very repetitive. It does diverse off, but at the start it is very, very, very just repetitive, unfortunately, the way it is. Anyway, new illness, monobrow, which I can kind of guess what that is. Monobrow, or not monobrow. It's definitely monobrow, discovered. So extreme hair growth. So, again, it's just going to send patients down to the ward, which is fine. Again, if this gets too busy, we're going to have to adapt a bit quicker, but I think all is good. Right, what else? We can get one more room in this hospital, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for a... Yeah, let's go for whatever we've gone for, cardiology in the end. So let's get this room over here in the corner. Again, it sticks out a bit at the end here, but it is what it is. We can also we can go ahead and make it quite a bit bigger, to be fair. So I'm not really going to get anything else in here, to be honest, am I? So might as well go ahead and do that. This is going to have a wee bit more sophisticated kit in it, I guess you could say. So we'll have our treadmill. We'll have our wall monitors we can maybe have. Then we can quite easily fill this whole room up, to be honest. With like weighing scales. And oh dear, it looks like we've got a bit of a queue, for example, which is not good. What about, have we got a doctor? No, I don't, but, oh, Too much to do at once. Let's pause and let's build this room first of all, though. But yeah, it's quite easy to fill up, you know, it really, really is indeed. Right, let's get ourselves a bin. Ooh, hand sanitizer by the door, please. Aircon unit, and then a good old plant for good measure. And that is us ready to go with that room, which is good. Again, we can quite easily add in a lot more detail, you know, like so. And that's perfect, absolutely perfect. So a large room there, and again, we're just sort of filling up the hospital. Right, let's hire and let's get in you. So you can go ahead and deal with all the psychiatric cases, which is good. So in you go to there and start processing those 8 people, I guess, because we got a lot of them. And it's sort of just like a wasted money opportunity, I guess you could say. We've got all these customers and we just need their money. That's really what we need at this stage. Okay, so where are we at? There's just a lot going on right now, you know, it's starting a new hospital and it is a bit crazy. But it is part of it, I guess you could say. Right, what do I want to do right now? Various different things. I mean, I am thinking we want to maybe just kit this whole place out, maybe add another doctor's room in again, because queues in general aren't too bad right now. We've got 8 people waiting for this psychiatric room here. Do we want another psych room in here or not? I'm thinking maybe actually yes for the time being. I think that would be a good idea. So let's go ahead. But then is this just a build up of people and it's not that common, you know? I'm unsure, to be honest. Again, things are getting busy here though. Right, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start off by, it looks like hiring another nurse, because I think that's what we probably need right now. We've got not enough staff, especially only 3 nurses, so we'll bring you in for 37,000. I guess that is your actual fee, which we pay you as your salary, not your recruitment fee. So recruitment fees are usually a few thousands. This person here, this new nurse, was only $1,500, which is cool. But what I do want to do is I want to go and start by modifying this room, actually. I don't know why, I just do, because I want to go and add to this room like so. It's just annoying me the way the corridor is shaped there. So let's go ahead and do that like so, which is fine. Then I'm also going to modify the ward as well. I realise this sort of stuff is probably not the most important, but we are going to do this right now anyway. So we're actually going to give the ward quite a large extension, to be honest. Though I'm going to have to remove the door, which that's fine. We'll do that shortly. And let's extend it right up to here. So you can maybe see what I'm going for now. Let's go ahead and build the door there, I guess. It's so frustrating I can't do it there, but again, it is what it is. Right, let's move you up to, say, here, for example, which I think is much better place, tucked away in the corner. And this is where we're going to be able to get a lot more into this ward now, which will be super useful. So we can have a screen here. We can move this screen over to here, like so. And then we can go ahead and add in a few more beds, just a few more of everything, which is much more useful. So let's go ahead and first of all, what I'd like to do is maybe over in this corner add in a lot more lockers, you know, for individuals to put their stuff in, which I think would be a good idea. Then what else? I guess we can have one of these wall monitoring charts. That's for the whole ward, I guess you could say. And what else? Get a filing cabinet in here. Who doesn't love a good filing cabinet? And now I think with that done, we can pretty much just focus on adding in more beds, which is really just what I need, to be honest. So let's go ahead and do that. Give ourselves that bit more capacity all in all, which will be super useful. So we've got 2 extra beds in here. I'm going to move that one just back against the window there. I realise a lot of this stuff isn't against the wall, it's in the middle of the room. So let's move this back a bit and tuck these beds in, which is perfect. And that'll do, honestly, that'll do. Again, such a small change, but it does make a big difference. It means, again, we're using the space better, and we're also not rushing to go ahead and build another ward as soon as possible. Okay, so I can see someone with a pan on their head over here, which is you're just having a general diagnosis. I can already tell with the pan on your head, to be honest. So, but at least we are getting more money out of you that way, I guess. We are starting to gain a bit more money, and as we can see, we are making quite a bit of profit right now, which is nice to see. Our revenue is at 40,000, our expenses at about 24,000, so we're doing not bad. Now this is interesting. Some people have been diagnosed as clowns, for example, but we don't have any treatment for this. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead and set up and buy plot 4 or plot 2. See, plot 4, I think it's going to have to be plot 4 right now based on the money. So that's going to take 15 days. So I don't know if you guys will get treated in time or you'll just die. I'm not really at all sure, but we'll wait to see what happens. What I am going to do though is I'm just going to fill up this area right now, actually, to be honest. I just want to get another GP's office in here so we can sort of complete this building, to be honest. That's what I'm sort of aiming for at this current moment. Just so I can go ahead and, if I'm moving on to, you know, a new building, it's nice to know, you know, certain ones are complete. And this building certainly isn't at this stage just yet. But hopefully it will be shortly. Again, it's just now going to be a lot of the decoration sort of stuff which we're going to be moving on to. It looks like, though, I can place it over a window. It's a bit pointless. It doesn't look like it likes my desk placement, actually, does it? Which is interesting. I think it's happy now. I just didn't think it liked the cabinet up against there, but that's fine. So we'll build that, and this room has already been knocked down and built, which is interesting, actually. I thought we'd maybe be keeping all the old buildings, but we're not. But this is a lot of room here, a lot of room to play with. So we can quite easily maybe get the training facility in here as well. I think that would be a good idea to have. Right, these clowns are just not going to get treated in time, I don't think. You've got 12 seconds left, but we'll pause and we'll go ahead and build the room now. What room do you actually require then? Because I'm a bit unsure here. Yep, you're a clown, and I know that, but what is it counting down to? Jest infection. That's quite funny, actually. What do you need? Deluxe clinic? No, I mean, we've built one of every room so far, and the ward isn't full. So do we need the research, or... I'm a bit unsure, to be honest. I didn't click on the toilet, that's probably why. There we go. Right, clown clinic required. But again, we've not completed the training for that. Or we've not, you know, unlocked that through training. So I'm pretty sure that's what we have to do. Because we just don't have one. So let's get a training room in here. Training room only needs to be a 3x3 supposedly. So we'll fit it in this area over here, which is fine. This is the projector. Yeah, again, I probably want to make training rooms relatively large going forward, to be fair. So let's have that at the front of the room there. And then let's just have multiple desks. We'll have a desk in the corner. There's always a desk in the corner. And then let's just go ahead and have, you know, a few rows of desks. Just 6 desks, to be honest. That is honestly fine. And then with that said, we can go ahead and... I now realise how small this room actually is. It's pretty small, isn't it? Right, what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull out of this room. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. Let's just cancel, actually. That's probably the better idea. Let's move it over this side, and let's have a much, much larger room. So, what we're going to go for here is a 5x5. I think is the best idea, and yep, that's what we'll do. So this is just a bit different. What we'll do is we'll have like the classroom end over this side here. So we'll get quite a large facility in here, actually. Let's go ahead and get multiple desks in here, which is fine. And then let's get a second row, and we can get a third row. So we can get, what, 12 people being taught at once here, which is absolutely perfect, just what we want. And then we've still got a lot of room left over as well for other items. I have a desk in the corner there, so lots of people can get trained up at once. Then over here we can have just some filing cabinets. Then from here it's just filling up the room with the rest of the items that we like to see. Hand sanitizer by the door. And I think that is that. Let's get a fire extinguisher quickly, a bin, a poster, because I love a good poster, and that is that. Let's bring in maybe a whiteboard as well. I think that could be a good idea to have. So we can always put that in over... Let's get rid of you, actually, to be honest. And let's get the whiteboard in over in this corner here. It can maybe be used for working or writing on, and it can... Yeah, it's maybe not the best place, but it'll do it for the time being. So that's the training center in here, which is good. Now, can we actually schedule courses? We can, which is good, but it's not to do with what I thought it was. Which is interesting. A lot of good stuff here, but it's all to do really with traits, which is quite interesting. That's really interesting indeed. So how am I going to get my clown clinic then? Unless I'm totally blind. But I'm not seeing a clown clinic in here. What about if I search for it? No, again, I mean, it would be under treatment, and again, it's not in here. We've got one of all of these so far, so again, it's strange. Very strange indeed, unless it's in items. But again, it's not. I thought it may be like, for example, the newsagents. But no, it's not. Okay, right, we'll just see what happens then, I guess. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Training, to start a training course, we know how to initiate one. What's going to happen to you in a few seconds' time? But that's my big question. You need the toilet. There's 2 receptionists, though. Are you just going to die, or...? No, but you're leaving. A patient is given up waiting. Yeah, okay, but how do I... This is just strange. How do I? Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm very quickly going to go ahead and Google this. Okay, so just before I went to Google things, I did land up seeing this here. So clown clinic required. A patient with a chest infection is seeking treatment. Complete more objectives to unlock that. Would you like... What would you like to do? So I need to complete more objectives. So somehow across my whole screen I was not looking up here. So unlock clown clinic. Train 1 staff member. So we're going to start a training course extremely quickly here and get this done. So for this, I am interested. What do we need the most of right now? I think in general things are, there's nothing that I'm seeing so far. We've not had a lot of patients, to be fair, but I've not really seen anyone dead. I've not seen any ghosts. So I think probably better diagnosis is maybe a good thing to do. So let's go ahead and put that on. Trainers available. So we need to select the trainer, which is fine. Might as well go for the chief nurse, you know, because you're going to be the best, and then select 3 trainees. I guess we might as well just put the other 3 trainees on there, eh? Estimated duration 16 to 24 days, that's not too bad, but that will be super useful. I don't know when they do that though. Does that mean that all of a sudden all the nurses disappear? Because that can't be a thing. Send patient home for now, yes. Let's increase your salary a bit and promote you. Special report, 4 out of 4 patients cured by Mockstar. So that must have been all the bands coming in, which is cool. I somehow didn't see that, but publicity update, sorry. Okay, I think that's just junk. And then let's go ahead and, yeah, accept that. Right, perfect. Okay, so we're doing good, we're doing good. You are going home, you're being sent home, which is perfect. So we're doing not bad here at all, we're doing not bad here at all, and I'm liking the shape of this main building. All the other nurses are off for training though, which that is definitely going to slow down the hospital indeed. So, what we're going to do is we're going to hire in some more staff, quickly, just because it's going to be required. So that's me hired in, what, 2 more nurses, one with actually a training trait as well, which is good. I'm going to hire in lots of staff now, actually, just so we can go ahead and really just make use of our hospital a bit better. I'm also going to hire another doctor as well, especially this guy here, Jason, because he has got, you know, plus 20 psychiatry 2, which is going to be super useful. So we'll get you in here as well, and we're going to get some more probably psychiatric rooms in as well, just so we can go ahead and handle the increased workload. Right, the first thing we're going to do in this second building is add in a bathroom, because again, that is one of the most important rooms, which will be put in. Then we need some sinks along here, which is fine. And then with that said, we're not going to get much else in here. We'll get 2 hand dryers in, and that's all that's honestly going to happen in that room. I'm not going to get any aircon in there or anything like we have in the other bathroom. Again, I think we need to do quite a bit of maintenance, don't we? We need to get our janitor to go ahead and start to repair some stuff. I probably need another janitor, to be honest. We've unlocked a clown clinic though, that's important, so let's pause again and let's get this built. But ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that in the next episode. So far we have really made a good start. I'm really happy, but I think we've got a lot of work to do here to go ahead and build this into a super large hospital, which is what we'll work towards. So hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave a like rating, subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that description below, follow me on Twitter, check my Patreon page out, and that's all, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.